Okay, so we've learned how to use a number line to add integers, and now we've just learned how to use integer chips to add integers. Let's practice using the integer chips to solve these problems. We have to combine the players' turns to get their total. So Asa has negative 12 plus positive 5. We can model the sum so that we put them together, and all the zero pairs can be removed. So that leaves Asa with a score of 7 negative, or negative 7. If we click this little bar down here, we can see the problem. Negative 12 plus 5 equals negative 7. Now, you could continue to use this tool, the integer chips, to solve your problems, or you could even do another way of adding integers. We've learned how to use a number line, we've learned how to use integer chips, and now I'm going to show you a third method. Now before I do want to say that even if you don't have this tool, you can still draw the integer chips. Like for Asa, you would just draw 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12 negatives and 5 positives. And then any of the zero pairs would neutralize or cancel out. And that would leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 negatives for her answer. So I mean, even if you don't have the tool on the computer, you can still do this negative or this integer chip idea by drawing pictures. Okay, but I want to show you a third method. And this I've seen a lot of students have success with. Let's still think about Asa. We would think about these numbers, negative 12 and positive 5, as being on two different teams, the negative team and the positive team. So you can actually even keep like a scoreboard if you want to write it down. The positive team has 5 points, the negative team has 12 points. Well, the negative team has more, so they win. How much do they win by? 7. They win by 7 points. The negative team wins by 7, so we'd write negative 7. Let's look at Dan. Okay, he has negative 15 and negative 9. If we think about this positive team, negative team idea, he has negative 15 and negative 9. So there's nothing for the positives. I mean, you could even think of it as like 0 positives. That means that the negative team wins. And they have a total of what? 24 points. So they win by 24 points since it's 0 for the positive team. So that's negative 24 as a total. Okay, thinking about the same idea, let's look at Joy. For Joy's score, there's 13 points on the positive team and 21 points on the negative team. So the negative team wins, you know your answer is negative, by how much? By 8. They have 8 more than the positive team. Okay, and lastly for Ken. The positive team has 25. The negative team has 16. Which team wins? The positive team. So we know the answer is positive by how much? By 9. They have 9 more than the negative team. So that's a third way that you can think about adding integers. You can use the number line, you can use integer chips, or you can use this positive team, negative team idea, or like kind of think of it like a scoreboard. The positives have so much and the negatives have so much. Ask yourself, which team wins by how much? And I mean, maybe you could even write those questions down. So for the scoreboard method, which is not taught in our lesson, but it's a way of thinking about adding integers that I've seen students have a lot of success with. Ask yourself which team wins. That'll tell you if your answer is positive or negative. And ask yourself by how much. And that will tell you, what your answer is. And by how much. Okay, let's go on to our last example. Here again, we're using the integer chip idea. Write and simplify an addition expression for the model. Let's see, we have 12 positives, and we're adding 20 negatives. So there's our addition expression. And then any zero pairs would cancel. There's 4 canceled with 4 more, 4 canceled with 4 more. Oops. That leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 negatives. Okay. We think about the positive and team, negative team idea. We have 12 for the positive team, 20 for the negative team. The negative team wins by 8 points. So you get your answer of -8. All right, that's it for this lesson. Next, we'll be looking at adding all kinds of positive and negative numbers, even fractions and decimals.